Hello, I'm Huntsley from Livewire Markets and you are very welcome to The Pitch. Joining me today is Clinton Arentz from Trilogy Funds. Clinton, megatrends are affecting all different asset classes in all different forms, so maybe we thought we'd spend some time talking about megatrends in industrial property, which is the area where you specialise. Let's start with the macro environment. How has the post-COVID environment of higher interest rates affected the opportunity set in industrial property?
Well, you've got to take a longer term view. I mean, we're moving back to the long-term interest rates we're used to seeing over multiple previous decades. So I think it's more a stabilisation of the market as anything. I mean, going through the COVID period when rates were so low was an unnatural period to go through. That drove yields down and made it harder for us to acquire properties. We're seeing more properties come to market now at attractive yields. So we're definitely in a buying frame of mind.
Well, I was about to say, is the normalisation of rates then a good thing for industrial property?
100%, yes it is, because that's what helps free up the yields a little bit. You know, with tighter interest rates, capitalisation rates compress, and of course returns to investors are less. So under this scenario, we'd see a rising investor return environment, coupled by very strong demand and rising rents to support the long-term values.
Immigration, obviously one key demand driver for residential property rentals. We hear about that endlessly in the media. But do you find that's also a trend that's probably a tailwind for industrial property? And if so, how?
Yes, it is a tailwind, absolutely, for two reasons. Firstly, all of those migrants, bless their hearts, create demand, which takes you back to more requirement for industrial space. But secondly, they also fulfil an important shortage of workers that we've suffered chronically from for the last few years, during COVID, post-COVID. So companies that wanted premises but couldn't actually get the staffing to man those premises are now free to move forward, securing premises and expanding their businesses.
Okay. And then there's AI, obviously a huge trend for public markets and private markets investors alike. How do you as an industrial property fund manager look at the AI or the big data trend?
Well, we see that more as an e-commerce function which drives the demand for space. As I've mentioned, with e-commerce creates a lot of warehousing demand in that sense. And of course the warehousing is getting more sophisticated, and that's where AI kicks in, because some of these warehouses now are laser level, they're much higher roof heights, they're all robotically operated. They're all tuned into very modern practices, and so these businesses of ours very much trying to stay ahead of the curve on that technology.
All right, so is there an asset that you have invested in which maybe demonstrates how you are taking advantage of some of those megatrends?
Yeah, look, typically what we like to find is a land-rich asset. So these are large warehouse premises that might be multifunction uses within the industrial category, if you like. But if they're land-rich and the tenants are growing well, we can often expand premises. So twice now we've secured assets with surplus land that we could build additional space for those tenants, renew their leases, improve the rental income from those tenants, and create a more sustainable, viable long-term tenant for the trust. I've got one in Central Queensland, which was a manufacturing company. Their growth was such that they needed a 50% increase in floor space. We had the land available to do that on the immediate block. And same in Carrum Downs in Melbourne, where we did a similar thing for an international company, a large bedding manufacturer that imports and distributes from that location. We were able to increase the size of those premises considerably as well, and once again renew the lease to a new longer term and improve the rental accordingly.
Land and location, the two most important things for a property investor. Thanks, Clinton. Thanks for bringing those insights to us. And thank you for joining us for The Pitch. If you enjoyed that interview, you can subscribe to the Livewire Markets and Market Index websites, as well as our YouTube channel. Thanks for watching.